I feel like women should give men that are faithful credit for that. Like, women will act like it's the same thing as a woman being faithful, and it's like it's not the same thing. Like, honestly, it's not. I just feel like you get.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Told you guys about a particular video that I saw online. It was about how we should reward men for being faithful in their relationship. I mean, I just don't know. The level of madness these days just goes on beyond me, man. I'm telling you, beyond me. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell button for a notification of the uploads. And for those of you returnees, well, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. Don't forget to grab your merchandise as well, baby. All right, cool. Let's talk about it. So, this is a discussion applauded for staying faithful in a relationship. Now, I want to just let you know something. The only person I believe deserves being applauded for being faithful is God himself. Let me tell you why. Because that guy is faithful beyond anything else. Y'all talk about faithfulness. You staying faithful for a lifetime means nothing. This guy, God, at any point would want to take us out of the game, but the guy is faithful. You know what I mean? But anyway, jokes aside, that's the real thing. He actually is faithful. But the jokes aside, obviously, when I heard that that men should be applauded for being faithful, the thing that I heard was this term, and I do apologize for me saying this, but just bear with me. It says, I said, thank you for not abusing me, or thank you for not raping me, or thank you for not physically hitting me. Now, if I said that to you, if I said in a relationship, thank you for not abusing me, thank you for never raping me, thank you for never physically hitting me, would you think I'm mad? You would, wouldn't I? Why would anybody say those things? Why would anybody say thank you for not abusing me? Because it's not expected. It's never happened in a relationship. It's not to be expected. Now, whether people do it or not doesn't make a difference. It should never be happening. So when someone says to me, oh, men should be applauded for being faithful, I'm looking at you like you're mad.
I feel like women should give men that are faithful credit for that. Like, women will act like it's the same thing as a woman being faithful.
And I know where you're coming from, because you suffer with the ability to be faithful. And so you want to be applauded and lauded for the fact that in your past you couldn't keep it in your pants. You know what I'm saying? And now you're in a faithful, committed relationship, you want to be applauded. It don't work like that. It's an abuse. And once we start seeing that cheating is abusive, then we'll start clapping for those kind of things. We don't clap for things that you're doing something that is not abusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, cheating is one of those things where it breaks a person down emotionally, physically, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can even break people down financially. You know what I'm saying? And it breaks people down sexually. You know what I'm saying? You just can't talk about the toll and the turmoil that cheating does. I'm talking about women and men. No one should be applauded. I don't care how many men cheat. We still don't applaud you for being faithful. Now, I do have sentiment with the fact that I know that amongst women, especially when you do talk to them, they will say, oh, he's a good guy. And when they say good guy, they mean as in he don't cheat. He's a good guy. He don't cheat. Basically, that's what they're trying to say, right? And so I hear that, but we're not celebrating when a guy's not cheating. We're also not going to say, oh, why, if he hasn't cheated, why is it such a big deal? No, it's still a big deal. If you're emotionally unavailable, if you're physically unavailable, if you're not trying to financially support your family, you want to sit on the couch all day, every day. Of course, these are things that are also detrimental to a relationship. We are not going to applaud something that is expected, not that even you should, is expected in a monogamous relationship.
You have a dude and he's faithful, like, I think that, like, you don't necessarily have to say thank you for being faithful.
Baby, did you cheat today?
Exactly. You don't got to say thank you for being faithful.
If you wanted plaudits for something like this, I can't say where you should even be. You just don't need to be in a monogamous relationship. I love when people say this, like, if you're going to celebrate this, the bar's in hell. Like, honestly, because this is ridiculous. But I understand where it comes from. It comes from people who are unable to be disciplined in this area and are now looking for plaudits to say, well done. You're no longer a bad boy. But that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Your behavior wasn't normal. We're not going to now applaud you for being faithful. What we are going to applaud people for, women and men, is being good mates. And I mean that in the sense of a good partner. when someone's a good partner, we celebrate them, right? If your partner loves you, takes care of you, appreciates you emotionally, physically, sexually, financially, everything like that, do we not naturally want to applaud them? Now, some people have a problem with that because, that's trauma. But we're talking about generally, you're applauded because it's the whole round effort. It's not just when you are not faithful or when you're faithful. Sorry, when you're faithful. And so it's weird that we'd want to even praise someone for this thing about not cheating. The whole point of being in a monogamous relationship is that you're meant to be faithful. You know what I'm saying? In sickness and in health. You know what I'm saying? And and I will say this again, being faithful is something that will be celebrated when it's under very deep circumstances. Let me give an example. Okay. You see, let's say for instance, the person has been sick considerably. Very, very sick. Yeah. They've been sick to the point where they're almost on death, but they've been sick for a long time, 5-6 years. Yeah. And at the end of the 5-6 years, you recover or whatever, right? And the person might say, thank you for sticking with me. Yeah. Thank you for never leaving me. Thank you for being faithful to me. Right. They may say that. Why? Because the circumstances were under a dire circumstances. The circumstances was extenuating circumstances. Okay. And that could be male or female, regardless. Right. And I think the whole point of that, and again, that's what I'm talking about. That's extreme circumstances.
You don't gotta say thank you for being faithful. I'm just saying that.
Go star.
It should be looked at and given.
Like, why are we expecting women to tell us thank you for not cheating on me? Like, I've never thought to say to any of my exes ever, thank you for not cheating on me. Thank you for being faithful. And I've never heard a woman say to me, thank you for being faithful in the sense of not cheating on me. She might say thank you for sticking it out with me. I know I'm a bit tough and I know I'm a bit rough around the edges, but she ain't telling me thank you for not cheating on me. Unless she's been severely abused. And then she might say, look, I've had so many men do this bad for me. Thank you for not cheating on me. She might say that. But where's that coming from again? Extreme circumstance, because the person's been severely abused in this area. A person's been cheated on consistently. So again, when we're talking about normal circumstances, this does not preclude. It's not meant to be there. To ask for that is juvenile. To ask for that again is like us boys again just trying to steal inches and miles, on things that just don't need to be. Like it's sad for me. You know what I mean? I know that good men are hard to find. I know that good men can be hard to find, but again, it still doesn't mean doesn't mean we have to celebrate the fact that you're doing your job, which is being faithful. It's an expectation. Now, you being a good man, like let's say Russell Wilson style, right? Yeah. We might celebrate it. Thank you for being an amazing father, because the circumstance again, you weren't the father of Sierra's first child. You decided to be a man, step up to the plate, look after Sierra and look after the child. We'll celebrate the fact that yes, well done for stepping up to the plate, because that circumstance it's something that most men wouldn't do, right? And the way that he's done it, right? So we celebrate that. Yeah, because even if men were trash, even if men weren't trash, the fact that he's willing to step up to somebody else's child, we commemorate it, right? Because it's never easy to do that, right? And so there's another thing that says obviously it's easier for women to be faithful because they need to be I saw someone said they need to be mentally stimulated, and I was like, what? So what? Like, because women don't cheat like men,
like women will act like it's the same thing as a woman being faithful, and it's like it's not the same thing. Like, honestly, it's not. I just feel like you get a little bit of credit for that. Like I do.
But look,
men have to be celebrated, and it's funny because they hold a lot of men who say this have a dualistic thought process. Oh, women cheat as much as men. And when it comes to this, all of a sudden, no, but women don't cheat as men. So that men have to be celebrated. Or they might twist it like this, what they've just said there, which is that women are mentally stimulated. So it's easier for us to cheat because we see things and we want to do it. It's like, no, you just don't have control of your body, bro. You haven't had to have control of your body. You've had it all the way that you wanted. You've been spoiled in this world. And so you take whatever you want to take. And you have the power to do so without consequence. And so that's why you do what you do. And now we're going to celebrate you for the fact you're not juvenile. Yeah? Oh, well done for not going into jail. We don't celebrate people for not going into jail. You know what I'm saying? We don't celebrate not going into jail. We celebrate what you've done after that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we celebrate good men. We don't celebrate your non-faithfulness. By saying that we're going to celebrate men for not stepping out, being faithful, we're actually saying that men are weak. Well, if you're weak, why the hell are you leading? Why are we needing you to lead? If you're weak and you're unable to sustain away from temptation, then why do women need you? You are a liability. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to temptation, you're going to fall. Then you're a liability to the family, to your relationship. You're just a liability to society. Because when it comes to temptation, you cannot resist. You know what I'm saying? So we're celebrating you now for something that you should be doing. Like, you know, like I said, I believe we should celebrate men for great works and great feats. I believe we should celebrate them for being great men, looking after the family, you know, being strong. We celebrate them that because we celebrate good partners is normal. But to celebrate them because they didn't abuse you is mad. Because I call cheating in a sense is abuse. It's like abuse. So, you know, celebrating them because they didn't abuse you sounds different now, innit? When I say, oh, thank you for not abusing me. It sounds weird, right? Yeah. So, you know, these things we have to talk about. You know, and like I said, men just do whatever they want to do. And that's the problem with society. Men are not accountable. And so now when we're having this discussion about men and being applauded, we're actually saying that, you know, we're applauding you for now completing the expectation and that you are weak and that you have to be celebrated because you didn't fall into that temptation. And you're the only one that doesn't have temptation. In fact, you're the only one that doesn't get women coming to them. You're the only one that has the opposite sex coming to them. Women don't have men chasing after them every day. Women don't have men throwing, you know, themselves at them. Women don't have men entering the DMs. Women don't get chased at work. Women don't have men coming to them. Men are the only ones with temptation in this world. Yay. I mean, I think it's mad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my personal thought. I thought it was a ludicrous statement to make. And I'm trying to find the word and I can't piece it. Maybe later on I'll do it. But it doesn't make sense for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're asking for plaudits for something that you shouldn't be asking plaudits for. It's expected that you should do this. This should happen. You chose a monogamous relationship. You should be faithful. We're not going to celebrate you for doing something that you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? You should be doing. All right? So yeah, guys. I don't know. Maybe you have different thoughts. We have different views. But guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for a notification of the uploads. We appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. More love.